So hello everyone. So today we are going to play Flight Simulator 2020, the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and we are going to take a training session for today's episode, and let's see what happens in this training episode. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the game. Alright, so today we are going to learn the training where we learn about these dials and what they do. Yeah, the good stuff. Alright, so let's ready to fly.
Today we're talking about attitudes of flight, how your plane is oriented relative to the horizon.
Alright.
If you look outside, you can see the cockpit is just about 4 inches below the horizon line. We're flying straight with a decent rate of speed. This is the cruise attitude. Let's see how it reads on your instruments.
Sure. We will try to read on the instruments.
Take a look at the attitude indicator.
Okay.
As the name implies, it shows your current attitude. The white line is the horizon, with the sky above and the ground below.
Okay.
That orange element in the middle, aligned with the horizon, that's your plane.
Oh, that's the plane. Okay.
Just like we saw outside, our current attitude reads pretty much straight and level.
So it's
okay,
just...
now let's see how much power the engine's generating.
Okay.
Check your tachometer.
Oh, that's the
Looks
tachometer.
like we're pushing around 2,300 revolutions per minute.
That's good.
Combined, attitude and engine RPMs translate to aircraft performance. Which leads us to your airspeed indicator.
Okay.
Now, last but not least, check your altimeter. To figure out your altitude, you always want to read the small needle first. That's how many thousands of feet up you are. Then on to the big needle for the hundreds.
So this is the small meter here.
With our current attitude and power output, we're holding a speed of 90 knots and a stable altitude of 6,000 feet.
So this is 90 knots and this is 6,000.
But that's about to change. Take the stick when you're ready.
Oh, I'm going to take the stick. All right.
Pull back slightly on the yoke to raise the nose just above the horizon line. About 2 inches.
What do you
Make sure
mean?
you don't pitch up too much, or the angle will be too steep to create lift. And without enough lift, we'll stall.
Okay, so you need 2 inches.
All right, go full throttle and start climbing.
Full throttle, so this is the throttle. I'm gonna go full.
Welcome to the climb attitude. See how it shows up on your attitude indicator and tachometer? According to your altimeter, we're gaining altitude.
Oh, yes.
But we're losing airspeed even at full throttle, proving you can't avoid basic physics while making a climb.
So the airspeed is going down.
Okay, before we go on, let's get back to a cruise attitude.
Oh, we are going...
Ease up on the yoke and aim your nose just below the horizon. Then throttle back down to 2,300 RPMs.
2,300 RPM. Throttle back down, so I'm just gonna reduce it.
Nice job. We're now set up with the same attitude and power we had at the top of our lesson. Next up is the descent attitude. Start by reducing your RPMs to 1,800.
Okay, so...
Then drop the plane's nose a bit further below the horizon.
1,800, I'm reaching there. We are losing power a lot.
As expected, with a nose-down attitude, our altitude is decreasing, while our speed is picking up.
You know, this altitude meter is
Why don't
very
you get
hard.
us back to a cruise attitude, and we'll hit the last part of our lesson.
This is very hard to see, actually. Oh, all right, so we'll pull it up. We need to increase this to...
There we go. Now that we know how to cruise, climb, and descend, Let's talk about the turn attitude. Gently pull the yoke left or right to start rolling the plane. If you take a look outside, you can see how our attitude's changed, but you can also check your instruments for the details. As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees.
30, all right.
At the top of your attitude indicator, there's a series of notches representing 10 degrees each. Use them to control your roll.
10 degrees each. Okay, so
Notice the more you turn, the more you need to pull back on the yoke to maintain altitude. When you're rolling out, you'll need to do the opposite. Roll and push at the same time. The more you know about the main attitudes of flight, the closer you get to that pilot state of mind. So keep practicing, and whenever you're done, pass me the controls.
actually this is pretty hard, in a sense. If you want to look into, if you want to maintain the same altitude and the speed, and if you want to turn, this is quite delicate actually. So we are turning on the other side, on the right side. Now let's go a little down. We'll lose the power a little bit, and the RPM will go down. What happened? All right. I think we just got out of the training airspace. So, all right. Wow. This is actually, you know what? Let us see if we can actually make this turn. Okay, so we are actually on a cruising altitude right now. So let's give the controls back to the girl in the computer.
Thanks, I've got control now. Well done.
All right, so we passed the training, and that was the training for the instruments. I hope I learned something new. Actually, I hope you learned too. This is what I love about this game, is that you can learn about airplanes and the inside of the airplanes with this game, which most of us does not have the access to. So this is the fun part of this game, and this is why I like this game. All right, so thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.